I'm Tammy Roth, and this is my husband, Loren Roth, and we live by Freeman, South Dakota. We have 4 kids, moved on to the place. We had to do a lot of cleaning up in the yard and trying to get his foot in the farming life. He loved farming, still does.
We were almost always together. We lived in the country, so unless we had friends at school that we would go to their houses, we were always here. So it was nice to have siblings that we all did this together, whether we liked it or not. Scooping out bunks on a snow day wasn't our idea of fun, but it had to be done. So
I don't know, it's kind of the ground that I grew up on, kind of the area where Dad and I just bonded. He's always out to help anybody. I mean, he'll do anything for a stranger.
It was the time of year where they put out bids for the highest price for selling cattle, and he got 2 or 3 loads sent out that morning, and one of the truck drivers came to the door and told me I had to call 911.
There was a steer that he was loading up, and it turned back on him and knocked him down and hit his head on the concrete.
I mean, he looked fine. He just looked like, he got knocked down, got the wind knocked out of him. And then I got closer and I could see blood coming out of his ears. And so I knew it wasn't good.
So he initially went into the ER. I knew because he had to be intubated. I knew he was going to go to the ICU. I knew he was going to go to the ICU that I worked in. By the end of the week, he ended up developing a severe pneumonia in addition to his head injury, and he was having issues keeping his intracranial pressures down. And I remember going over to my husband and being like, this isn't good. I didn't want to tell my family because I have had patients like this.
I would say it was after about a week, Dad being in the ICU. He still hadn't woke up. There was a point that I still thought that, maybe no, that it'll be okay. Maybe he can come out of it. Because you always hear inspirational stories.
And then he went to Prince of Peace, the nursing home, which was supposed to be for rehab. It wasn't, I know.
It's been hard accepting the fact that we waited to get him into rehab, only to be told that he's medically too well. He'll never walk again. He barely talks.
His missed opportunity was certainly going to Madonna. They came to evaluate him. They said that he was a perfect candidate. It was just waiting insurance approval, which they said that he didn't need that level of care, so he was denied that opportunity. When you have representatives coming from facilities like that saying that your loved one, your dad, whoever it may be, is a good candidate for it, and then the insurance company comes back and denies it and then says, no, he's medically too well to receive that level of care. It's like nails on a chalkboard to hear it over and over, especially when they deny it, we appeal it, and then they just keep denying it.
And it was unfortunate because those were the crucial times for Dad. He needed the therapy sooner than later.
That's all we ever wanted was rehab.
The insurance company was definitely the biggest obstacle.
Yeah, had no idea that day that something like this was going to happen. It changed our lives forever. When he was staying at Prince of Peace, it was $10,000 plus a month. And that didn't include rehab. In order to even think about bringing him home, we had to have medical equipment. My house wasn't handicap accessible by any means.
You're constantly getting bad news of insurance declining, the rehab that will help your loved one, and then knowing that you can't really sell a whole lot unless you want to risk said loved one not being able to come home and work again if they do get that care. Having a game plan for hope It was the only good thing that happened out of this accident.
I don't know where we'd be. It wouldn't be in a good spot, though. If it wasn't for Game Plan for Hope, we'd be in a world of hurt.
They were partnered with RCM. So they came out and looked over the house, asked what I thought I would need, and they came out and got it done. So, and it wasn't long after they got it done, I was looking at bringing him home.
And next thing you know, we have a bathroom fit for a handicapped person, and we have a ramp in front of the house. And it was pretty amazing.
It was very refreshing to finally get him home. And we actually saw the biggest progression that Dad had was after we got him home.
It's a lot of stuff that you need for a disabled person. The equipment was donated to us. They had it, they gave it to us.
Everybody's around for the accident when you're in the hospital, but then once you go home, it's so far from the accident, people forget. And so to have somebody like Missy being here and checking up, and even having an interview like this a year later, it just shows how much she cared from the beginning.
I mean, these people would do anything for you.
She knows that this is so important for families, just to feel like we're not alone, that not everybody's forgotten, and that people still do care. It's really eye-opening to be on the other side, like to be on the patient side, patient family side of healthcare. All my years, being a nurse, like I've always empathized with my patients, but to actually be in a situation like this where you're fighting the insurance companies, you hear stories on it, and you never think it'll be you until it is.
It's not the way I wanted it, but he's still here.
I would say, and I know it hasn't been, like you said, too long yet. It's still fresh, but that time is the biggest healer for sure. And that things will get better slowly.
I'm grateful that he's still here. I'm grateful that my mom gets to be with him, even though it's really hard for her, especially hard for her. And that we can give him the best quality of life that we're capable of giving him.
Being able just to conversate with my dad again. Be able to talk about decisions and what he thought of the decisions. Good, bad, what he would have done. I think that would mean the world to me.
I miss talking to him. We used to call each other a lot. I miss that.
I don't think there's hardly a day that goes by that I haven't cried. Our whole world has been turned upside down.